Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of Last Stitch Effort. My name is Pacasha, and this is my knitting podcast or vlog or whatever about knitting up my yarn stash. The initial premise was to use up all the little bits, and that's still high on the priority list, and kind of strayed away from that with some of my projects lately, but I'm kind of wanting to get back into that direction because I have lots of little bits of leftovers to use. Anyway, I'm kind of recovering from a pretty nasty cold. I feel like I've gotten sick. Like anything that comes around, I've gotten this year. And yeah, it was nice. Oh no, I gotta watch my words here. I enjoyed a time when I got everybody in my household stayed home and everybody around me wore masks and I didn't get sick. The rest of it, maybe I don't miss that much, but I do miss those like 2 years where I didn't get sick at all. That was fabulous. And then this year I've gotten that illness twice. Not this year. Okay. And then whatever else ungodly thing that comes through that destroys me. Anyway, so I may sound a little gross. Also, our neighbors don't live here all the time. But they're here now and they have very loud dogs that bark constantly. So they're quiet right now. So I'm going to try to squeeze this in because you know I don't edit and I do this in one take. So here we go. Okay, so let's start off with numbers. No, let's not do numbers first. Let's do finished objects. I only have one. And then I'll give you the numbers after this. It's still very wet. I just started blocking it last night. I don't know what I was thinking. And it's kind of hard to envision what I was going for until it's completely blocked and, you know, whatever. Anyway, so it's a cowl. But as I was sick, I was wearing a hoodie, and I kept like drawing up the hood and like I would put Vicks Vapor Rub and then I would just like stick like the bottom half of my face in there. And that was quite nice. So I wanted a cowl with a drawstring. And so I attempted to do it. Let me explain. Okay, so it starts off with just like a garter stitch thing so it doesn't, you know, flip and curl. And then I just knit straight. I feel like I could have made it narrower and then I could have gotten a little bit more length, but whatever. And I used up everything except this last little bit, which is in place where the drawstring will go. And I thought I would have enough to like do an I-cord or like even just a braid, but I don't have enough yardage left over. But it is in the holes. I did a row after I got to almost the end of the ball and then I did a row of purl and then knit two together, yarn over to create kind of little eyelets. Can you see? And then I did another row of purl and then I bound off purlwise. And this is just like like total yarn chicken, huh? This is the leftover bit that I just strung through here just to kind of test out my prototype. And then I just blocked it with it still in. So it's still wet. It's not looking the best yet, but I think it'll be nice once it dries. And the yarn is handspun. It's a 2-ply that I made from 2If by Hand, which was one of my favorite hand dyers back in the day. And they have stopped dyeing. And one of the ladies, Jaylon, she actually does a makeup YouTube video, or she has a channel and she does a lot of panning and I love watching her do that, but I really wish that she would stop doing everything else and just dye again. Okay, DYE, not dye. Because I absolutely love this. And this colorway is called Bean Feast, which makes me like chuckle every single time I hear the word, because it's okay. So in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the first one, the first movie, sweet little Veruca says she wants a feast, she wants a bean feast in her little song, and her dad I want to feast. And then he like agrees. And then she says, I want a bean feast. And he goes, oh, one of those. And I don't know what that means, but it's just so funny to me. Like, what's so bad about a bean feast? What the hell is a bean feast? Like, it's just like the weirdest like conversation ever. Oh, one of those. I don't know. So it just, yeah. It makes me laugh. That's all that matters, right? It's stupid, whatever. But anyway, it's pretty colors. And I bought this on a D-stash. I'm not really sure what the fiber is. And I think when I first spun it, I thought it was like a Corriedale or something. But now I'm thinking it's a merino. Maybe a superwash even, because I don't know. It's just so like soft and kind of slinky, but not, I don't know. It doesn't have like viscose or anything in it. But anyway, nice bouncy fiber. And I think my yarn turned out okay. It's pretty balanced when I did it. And it's been, you know, several years. This has just been sitting in my yarn stash for a while. Actually, I'll show you. I talked about my my top shelf. I'm just going to tilt this up so you can kind of see that. I'll let that adjust. So I have lace weight over here, and then some cones. That's the Brooklyn Tweed Peary. And then this is all hand spun back behind that thing too. And then my fiber, that is another huge stash that is elsewhere in this room. In several places. Actually, some of it is at the very tippy top. Okay, that's enough of that. Now I'll never get this back in the right spot, but whatever. And in case you're wondering why my doors are always open on this, the ring light reflects. Kind of why I don't wear my glasses too, which is not fun for me. Great for you guys. Okay. I forgot to do what I was wearing, and I'm actually wearing some knitwear today. This is I think it's called the Swirled Pentagon sweater. By Norah Gaughan. It's from her book Knitting Nature. And I made this in like, I looked it up not too long ago. I think in it was in 09, 010. I'm on fire today, people. Okay. Yeah, 09. We'll go with 09. Let me stand up. So it's got these pentagons that you work separately and kind of join. And then I think, oh, am I wearing this backwards? I'm wearing it backwards. Hold on. Let's do a little swapperoo. Okay, so this is the back, and it's got a half pentagon at the top so that it kind of covers up that back of your neck part. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Are you guys having fun today? Woo! Here we go. Okay, so it comes down mid-hip. Cascade 220. I think the color was lichen or turtle. I don't remember. And so you can see like this pentagon makes the neckline. Anyway, so you make your pentagons. They're all connected. And then you knit the other stuff flat and whatever. It was super easy to make. It was one of my first sweaters. Maybe, no, it wasn't the first, but it was pretty close. Yeah. I wear it a lot. I love it. It's Cascade 220 is fabulous. It does pill. There are some pills, but for it being this old and this worn, once again, does not pill as much as it should. And then I have these. I don't know the pattern. It's a pretty generic pattern that you can find just about anywhere. They're slippers, and you I think you start with the garter and you knit flat. And then you join when you get to a certain point, and then this is a ribbed, whatever, with a decrease, and then you just seam up where you cast on. So little slippers. This is hand spun too. I don't remember. I'll show them both because they are different because, you know, hand spun, nothing matches, or at least not the way I spin it. So they're very different, but whatever. I think the yarn or the fiber is Hello Yarn, probably one of her clubs, because I was in it for years. And these I made at a time where I wasn't really recording in Ravelry much. Probably about 5 years ago, maybe more. But yeah, I don't wear them a whole lot because I don't know, because I don't. I had to put thin elastic along the tops because they just kept flaring open with that garter stitch. Probably if I did this again, I might come back and do like an I-cord like edging around the top. But I mean, to be honest, the elastic works pretty well. It's super thin elastic, and I think I threaded 2 threads in. If I could wear my glasses, I could probably verify that, but I don't think it's that important. Anyway, yeah, so anytime you have like a flared like brim on a hat or even a sock, that super thin elastic, it kind of comes on a spool. I think I got mine at the Evil Hobby Lobby. I'm not going to say that loudly. Yeah, but it's easy to find. Anyway. All right. So I think last week, yeah, not last week, but last time I recorded, I was talking about doing repairs on one of Mark's sweaters that I made him, and I did it. Now it's covered in stuff because our cat, yeah. I don't think we're dirty people until I have to prove it. Okay, now I don't even know if I can find which elbow I fixed because I don't want to say I did a good job. I did not do a good job. I don't know how to do this. It stressed me out so much, and it wasn't seamless at all. It wasn't easy. I watched a lot of tutorials and I still did not do very well, but you can kind of see. I tried to do duplicate stitch and then something got weird there. I don't even know. You can't tell though when it's on, and he can't feel it, so that's done. And so he was putting this on this morning and I'm like, wait, I'm gonna try to record. Don't wear that one because I want to show everybody my craftsmanship. Whatever. It'll probably last him another 5 years. So, I mean, that's good, right? That's what we want. So he took it off. He's like, great. And he's like, he goes to put on another one and he goes, So, under the armpit of, is it this one? Oh, I'm afraid to touch it because it's the Plotulopi. This is Cobblestone. Yeah, by Jared Flood, and this part under the armpit is wearing. So I might actually like knit a little patch and then like needle felt it in. I don't know if you know you can do that. Like that was totally new to me, learning about needle felting like with your ends in. And anyway, I might do a patch like that because I think it would be maybe stronger. I don't know, but maybe I'll felt a little bit and then felt around the edges, and we'll try that. That might be better than trying to like duplicate stitch in yarn that's already kind of touchy. Anyway, this is Cobblestone by Jared Flood, and it's a Plotulopi. I'm not sure what the color is, but I think it's like Galaxy or Cosmos. I think it's Cosmos, but it's got like all the colors in it, but it looks kind of black from far away. It's super pretty. Anyway, I think the neckline is way too wide for him and it looks kind of weird, but he loves it. So that's all that matters. So that's my next fix project. I also have some sewing stuff, but you probably wouldn't be interested, but I make a lot of Hinterland dresses, which is by So Liberated, and I have a hard time when I connect the bodice to the pleated dress skirt part. I always have to go back and restitch multiple times. Yeah, I don't know I mean, I go through like twice, but I'm already pulling out the gathering threads. It's my least favorite part. And it makes sense now because it's just, I can't do it very well. Anyway, so I've done it like 5 times on this dress and I have to do it again. It's like just a gray hinterland. So that's on my list. Also, Nio wore a hole in some leggings. So she didn't wear a hole. No, a seam came open because they were kind of cheap leggings, but can make them last a little longer too. So I don't talk about that stuff a lot, but there are some things that are worth repairing. There are some things that aren't. But we should always at least try, right? Okay. I have another finished object, and I totally forgot. No, I didn't. I talked about it last week. Didn't I? I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But I'm going to show you. I'm doing a lot of pointing today. That's it. Okay, so you guys know I finished this beanie, right? And I love it. It's like, I won't stop talking about it because it's so pretty. Well, I finally got it blocked and the ends woven in. Once again, I love it. I had lots of leftovers, so I did a Hapkerchief by Gudrun Johnston out of some of the leftovers, and I would have preferred like this darker color as the main color, but I didn't have enough, but that's okay. So this is done and woven in and blocked. Oh, I look hideous right now, but whatever. Pretend I'm elegantly skiing and yeah, don't, because no. Yeah, so I used all the colors. I had to kind of throw old gold in because there really wasn't a place for it, but I did want to include it so that it brought in all the colors. Well, now I'm completely out of the dark color and I think the pink nutmeg, I think it was. Yeah, I think it's nutmeg. It's nutmeg or spice. These two, this peach and this pink, kind of have similar names. Let's see. I actually have the leftovers right here. Let's see what I have. Anyway, so that's a set now. And with the leftovers, I plan on doing some mitts. And I haven't chosen which pattern I want to do yet because I want to weigh every little bit and make sure that I use as much as I possibly can. Okay, so there's not much left. I love this though. This is why I did this channel. This is what I live for as a knitter, is every single little bit being used. Okay, so this is what I have left. So this one is nutmeg. Okay, so the pink is spice, and that's how much I have left. That's probably not going to go in my mitts. I might try to find a similar color in, I think this is Jamieson's of Shetland. So I might look in my Jamieson and Smith stash and see if there's something that I have. If not, I'll check Knit Picks palette. If I can't find anything, that's okay. Like, I may have enough to do like one line of poison color somewhere, which is the super bright like accent color, but probably not. I have very, very little of pine forest left, so probably a gram, like very little. So pretty much I have these 3 colors to play with, and I'll probably get a neutral to kind of have more yardage to work with, but I think they all look really pretty together still. That's what I love about these, like picking 5 or 6 colors, and you can just like, they just all work no matter what you do, and I love that. I think that's really cool. So look for that in the future. It will be soon because I am motivated to do that. Yeah, so yay. Okay, so after all of the finished stuff, let me give you some numbers and then we'll talk about widths. Let me find my little book. Okay. Yeah, I gotta have my glasses for this part. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so right now I'm at 42,051 yards, not yards, grams. I do this every single time. Grams. My Ravelry stash number is down to 264, and which all of that roughly equates to 841 50-gram balls, even though these aren't all 50-gram balls, but it's just kind of a nice number that I got from Retro Claude, who is a YouTuber here. So that's how she measured her stash. Just a fun way to see the numbers. Anyway, so it's moving. I'm doing some work. I also got like something gross on my thing, and I'm not happy about that. I'm gonna blame it on a cat. Okay, let's talk about whips. So I haven't officially frogged that shawl I was making with the Volumvine Gosling that I could not pronounce, but I will be frogging it. I just haven't yet. And I mean, do I show you the barley sugar? I'm still working on it. I actually got quite a bit done. I'm pretty sure I moved the stitch marker down, so it's actually quite a lot done. If I haven't moved the stitch marker down, it's not a lot done since last time. So we're getting there. That's where I was maybe last time. Maybe not. So I've done quite a bit. But once again, hands are dry. This is a super sticky yarn that sticks to my cuticles, so, and it's dark, so it's hard to do at night, which is when I do most of my knitting. And it's hard to do while I travel because it's brioche, and that makes me nervous because I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, it's Knit Pick Shadow in Larch Heather, discontinued, and Barley Sugar by Ysolda Teague, and it will be an infinity cowl, and it's for Mark, and it is so soft and awesome. So yeah, still working on that. This is still the first ball. I intend on using 2 full balls. If I have leftovers, I actually have an idea, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. And I would actually cast on pretty soon after I finish this, so I don't know. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because it makes no sense unless there's context, and there's none whatsoever. I'm using a Chowgu size 6, which is 4mm needle. It's my favorite needle, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm frogging that other shawl, because this is my shawl needle. I love it. It's the perfect, like, sharpness and size and everything, and I think because I don't have this needle, I'm just not motivated to work on that other shawl. I could get another needle. I've got a lot of needles, and that just seems kind of silly. So when we were in New Zealand this summer, I went to a yarn shop called Cruella's in Nelson, which is where my husband's from, and I got this Ashford DK, and they only had 3 balls of it. I got what they had, and then I checked like yardage and stuff, and I thought I could get a vest out of it, and so I started a vest, but just judging by, you know, what I had done versus how much I had used, I didn't think I would have enough. So I ripped it out, and it kind of made me sad because I wanted to use a significant amount of this in one project. And so I thought I would hang on to it for color work, like as an accent color or even as a main color, and add like handspun or something to like a yoke, or I don't know. I had lots of ideas for it. Nothing really was coming to mind. There wasn't a rush to use it. And then I got sick. And so I had a pair of leg warmers, and they were awesome. They were hand spun, and my mom like went through my stuff a few months ago, and she took them, and I meant to replace them, and I didn't. And then as I was sick, I really, really wanted them. I don't get cold very often, and so when I do, just like a little thing like that, like, is enough for me. But yeah, Anyway, I wanted leg warmers. I didn't have any more, so I cast on some leg warmers. My legs are very short, so this is actually, they're going to be very slouchy and very 80s, and I love it because I am very 80s. But yeah. So it's Ashford DK. I think it's mustard or Dijon is the color. I will have enough to do like a whole set, or maybe even save the rest for color work yoke. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm working on now. So I have the first one done, and it's just a simple 2x2. I think they're on size 6s. 2x2, I think I cast on 52. Well, I hope I cast on 52 because that's what I cast on for the second one last night. Yeah, and they're going really quickly. I'm enjoying them. I keep saying that I want to do something more complicated, but I've been sick. And I sound all like bleh. Anyway, it's a practical project that I need for my wardrobe. I have 2 other things that I need to finish this year that I need. So this checks something off that list. Although I think after this pair, I will want another pair a lot. Like, I'm super excited, and I might actually pull out the yarn that I'm gonna use for the next one. But one second, before I do that, I want to show you my next work in progress. This I just started last night. I realized that 2x2 ribbing I can do without looking, but sometimes I have to look to make sure that I don't mess up, or if I get distracted, whatever. So I needed some knitting in the dark knitting, so I started a Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. Oh, the other one is no pattern. I just did it. It's just math. So I'm still at the very beginning, and I'm using this Mending that I got from, I think, the Woolly Thistle, like, sock sampler type thing that they had. So you don't get to pick your colors when you do that. And I've done a lot of, like, they're not mystery things, but kind of, they're samplers or like a big assortment of, Jamieson, whatever. This is the only time I really haven't liked the color. I really don't like it at all. So this will go in the gift pile. I know somebody will like it. It's knitting up way better than I thought it would look. I'm not trying to be mean. We all have color preferences, and this is not mine. The yarn is lovely. It's Wendy, getting stuffy. Retrosaria, is that right? Yeah, Retrosaria Wendy. And the color is, I think, 201. Yeah, sounds right. Don't have my glasses. Anyway, I think it'll be okay, just not for me. Niall might like it. If she does, she gets it. If not, somebody else will get it. So that'll be a Musselburgh, and once I get to a certain point, I'll just throw it in a bag, and I'll probably not work on it much unless we're traveling, or I don't know, I go to a movie. I haven't been to a movie in forever. Okay, so what have I got to talk about? Got a couple of things here, but before I start on that, I just want to look for something just quickly. So I don't know. Talks amongst yourselves. Oh, this is it. This is called Freedom, and it's by handire Sock Obsession Yarns. And she used to live in New Mexico, actually. And she has a lot of colorways that are kind of New Mexico. She has one called White Sands, which is just gorgeous. I may have shown you the shawl. I made a shawl out of it. I'll show it sometime. Trust me, it's amazing. But she does a lot of really cool dyeing, and this is a colorway that I got when my dad, one of the times I was visiting my dad when he was getting treatment for cancer. And yeah, she had an update, and I ordered it, and I'm an emotional spender. So I have 2 of these, and so these will be my next pair of leg warmers. That'd be cool, huh? Yeah, I think so too. I think they're gonna be really pretty. I love the teal. Teal's my favorite color. Teal and green. So actually, I'm just gonna throw that in my basket. I don't know where the other one is right now, but it's back there. Anyway, okay, so I kind of lied. Let me get a drink because I'm a mess. Look, I'm a mess right now. So I lied. Oops. I lied about the yarny stuff I got at Christmas. I did not get yarn. But I did get the stitch markers, which I put in my own stocking. And I guess those project bags that I showed you last time from Matterroot. From Matterroot. That was kind of part of my Christmas, but not really because I opened them beforehand. But I did go ahead and order, this is well before Christmas, and it took a while to get here, obviously, but, you know, Pom Pom's closing, and while their magazine is usually a little too trendy for my daily needs, as, you know, a stay-at-home mom, housewife, I don't know what I am anymore, as an unemployed person who doesn't leave the house and does not care at all about trends, yeah, there's just a lot of things in that magazine that probably wouldn't suit me, and anyway, and I'm not that confident in my body size. So anyway, I got these 2 though, because Pom Pom published these, and they've both kind of been on my, you know, radar. This one because it's quite old, mainly because of good old Sweet Nicole from the Gentle Knitter. I miss her so much. I hope she's well. And she won't ever watch this, but I'm putting that into the universe that I hope she's well, and I think about her almost every single day, as we all do, because we love her. Anyway, so she's, I think, friends with Emily Foden, and there's a lot of really, you know, cute things in here, but when I got it, I realized I do a lot of research before I buy my books, and I don't know if I was super careful when I did the research on this. There's a few things, like, I think these are Persephone mittens. I'll be making those for sure. Like, that's one of my, I don't know why, it's just so simple, but I like simple things sometimes. I don't know, like the sweaters and stuff, they're all kind of basic, and that's great. And I don't knit like a lot of like DK socks. But I'd like to, so at least I have the numbers now, and I don't know. It may not have been like the smartest purchase because I won't knit like a whole lot from it, but it's very pretty, and I think there's a lot to be said for that, and I like it, like having it on my shelf, and who knows, the next phase of my life I may be more into whatever style this is. Anyway, and we all know I'm a huge fan of Gudrun Johnston, and this is her Shetland Trader book. This is book 3, Heritage. This one, once again, when it came out, I was like, oh, because anything Gudrun does, I'm all for. However, this is like a lot of dresses. And I am significantly large on, my whole body. I am shaped like a sphere. And I'm not going to knit a dress. And also the style is a little more 70s, and I don't do, like, if I do vintage, it's not usually 70s. However, oh God, I mean, this is like the most stunning model. Isn't she gorgeous? Every time I open this book, I just stare at her. She's so pretty. But like, I'll make that hat, sure. It doesn't matter that I have like 10 of Gudrun's hat patterns already. And I feel like this, she's really good at having designs that I can use my leftovers up in. And I love that because she does a lot of, I don't know what it's called, but like the zigzaggy stuff. I mean, you can change color. You can do it in like a, You don't have to do it how she lays it out. You can do it in like a gradient, so you're using like one stripe of whatever. You just have to be creative with your color placement. I mean, like, I would love to wear that, and I would knit it, and I would put it on, and I would think I'm the cutest thing ever. And not that I care what the person next to me at the grocery store says. I could still, like, I can already imagine them going, oh, lady, you're, like, way too old for that, and I don't care, but that's still, like, a thought that still pops up in my head. Anyway, maybe I'll knit that. Maybe that will be in the works. But anyway, I wanted to talk about these two because they're new to me. I'm sorry, guys. They're new to me. I'm enjoying them. I love looking at them. Whether or not I knit from them right away, I'm not sure, but they are a nice addition to what I have. I don't call it a collection. Trying not to move the camera. Anyway, so a thing that I don't do resolutions, but a thing that I thought would be fun, and I've been toying with this idea for years, and I think I've actually tried it a few times, but maybe saying it out loud and in front of you people, you lovely people who are so supportive and don't judge me. Please judge me if I don't do what I say I'm gonna do. No, don't, because who cares? Anyway, I have this book called Silk Road Socks. It's by Hunter Hammerson, and it is discontinued, out of print, and you cannot even buy it as an ebook. Why am I talking about this if you can't get it? Well, number one, you can look on eBay. There's a few there if you really, really like it. Number two, and the most important one, is you may have this book, and because nobody else talks about it anymore, nobody else can get it, whatever the reason, you feel like you can't knit from it or whatever. I don't agree with that. I think we should use what we have. Like, this is a kind of a makeup channel thing. Like, influencers will like throw away palettes that are discontinued because you can't get them anymore, but I think that's wasteful, and I think that does a disservice for those who do have the palette that still want to see looks from it or whatever. We'll stop talking about makeup. Anyway, I have this book. I think it's beautiful. I easily picked 4 socks that I would love to make from that this year. This top one is one of those. So I'm kind of like looking at my library, my knitting book library, as textbooks. I'm not really like needing to learn some new techniques. I've knit a lot of stuff. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I don't mind trying new stuff as it comes up. I'm not hesitant about that usually. But I'm at the point where I do want to knit from charts and knit more complicated things sometimes, if I can. So I'm going to use this as like a textbook. So I'm just going to kind of work through some things, and then I'll feel like this book has been a worthwhile investment. I mean, I think it has been anyway, just because it's inspiring and beautiful, and I want to support Hunter. And you'll notice I do knit a lot of Hunter's patterns too. I have several of her books that aren't available anymore. Anyway, so you can get it on eBay if you want to knit along with me, or what I would almost rather you do is find a book that you bought that you were super jazzed about, and then life got in the way and you couldn't do what you wanted to do. Just grab a pattern or a book or a skein of yarn, whatever that is inspiring you, and work on it. Something that's been sitting around that excites you a bit. And that's going to be probably my next cast on. After I get the muscle bra to a certain point, I'll do that. Maybe all I have to talk about. Pretty excited about this. I'm not going to do a review on the book or either the other books either. I feel like other people have, because they came out, they've all come out a long time ago, and I'm kind of late. I'm always late to the party, always. I don't do the trendy stuff until it's no longer trendy, and then I don't know, does that make me, I think it makes me Gen X. I don't know that it necessarily makes me a hipster. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I'm enjoying what I'm working on. And because I've been sick, I haven't been able to do much, but I have been knitting a lot, obviously, and I've been slamming down shots of Survivor because we cycle our streaming services. There's no need to have, for us and our family, to have a whole bunch of them going at once. So we're canceling Hulu and Disney Plus and stuff. I think today might be the last day. And I don't have Paramount Plus, so I've just been like watching all of the Survivor seasons that I can as quickly as I can before it runs out. I'm on Pearl Islands right now. Do you guys watch Survivor? Okay, I have a friend that watches Survivor. I only have one friend that watches Survivor that I can talk about it with. And we don't talk about it much anymore because I think she moved on to other shows, but we talk about other stuff. Anyway, I love Survivor. I think it's crazy. I haven't seen any of the new, I think the latest 3 years, because I stream them, so they're not, and I stream the older ones. Like, I don't do Paramount Plus. So I like watching the old ones. I don't know why. They're funny. I like to watch them starve and eat something really bad while I'm watching it. I don't know. That's a fat girl thing, isn't it? I don't care. I love it. I love the show. Anyway, so Pearl Islands, and Rupert just showed up, and I love him so much. So much. And Sandra, oh, she's the queen. So I'm excited about that. If you watch Survivor, or if you maybe watched that season of Survivor like 20 years ago and you liked it too, let me know. We'll hate Johnny Fairplay together. Or not. No matter what you want to talk about, if you just want to drop me a hi below, that'd be great. I love hearing from you guys. And I went over 100 subscribers. And that's just so exciting. I mean, I'm 101, but still, like, I did not expect that ever. I didn't expect anybody to be watching this, and I just have so much love for you guys, and I don't know. I haven't been watching a whole lot of podcasts, but I've been trying. I think Vlogmas kind of intimidates me a bit, so I fall behind on normal things, but anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic time. I hope you're not catching all of these colds and flus and respiratory ickiness that's been going around in the United States. I hope that if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're comfortable and not snowed in completely. I hope you're safe. I hope you're not out driving in the ice. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, enjoy it. I hope the weather's appropriate for you there too. I hope everything for all of you. Anyway, happiness and peace and love and, I don't know, some bit of calm in this mad world. Because not everybody... Okay, I'm not going to do this. Anyway, I love you guys. All of you. Take care. And I'll talk to you soon.